Hi Libra, happy August. So, riding the wave. Post eclipse, but not quite out of the energies just yet because it just happened, but now we're still tumbling, in need of recalibration. We're all going through the same thing, so don't worry. We are going to dive into the new transits. Jupiter is going direct again in Sagittarius, which is your second house of self-value, but also your finances. And then we have the Sun and Venus going into your 10th house of Leo. So that's your public image, but also what you can contribute to the world and like your piece of the puzzle and kind of how you can make money off of it now, possibly. But let's see. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for Libra. Ooh. Stay hydrated. My friend's brand. Check her out in the description. Follow me on Instagram, Ode to Venus Creations. I do free daily tarot readings on there. And then odeToVenus.com. I have a couple sales going on right now for readings and for jewelry, so check those out. Cool. All right, Libra, August 2019. Wow. Very similar cards. Everyone's like getting similar cards in different orders, but it's just weird. Okay. And this is the deck that moves around the most. So bear with me while I try to straighten this out. Okay. So I definitely see you guys overcoming some sort of expectation of you. Definitely something that is projected onto you from others. Sorry if you can hear me scratching. I just realized I'm like right by the mic. Okay. So Heart of the Matter. You have the Death card in reverse. So you're not alone in this. A lot of people are having a hard time with the changes that are happening. There's a lot moving around at once. So the transformation can feel a little overwhelming and a little unwelcome. But it is helping you, slowly but surely, helping you come out of this mindset. You have the Eight of Swords in reverse as your opposing factor. So it's like, the ending is inevitable, and that gives you anxiety, and then so you're not doing anything, but then not doing anything about it also gives you anxiety, so it's like a double-edged sword. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it's not really like that. It's more of like a damned if you don't. So getting a start on things is, the root cause, the Knight of Swords. Your soul wants to rush in, but something in you is not allowing you to move forward with this ending, the World in reverse. It's like a cycle that you haven't quite cleared out yet. Past influence, you have the Sun in reverse. So maybe a lack of self-esteem, or maybe like a really boosted ego, like maybe you had ego issues, but I see you drawing your sense of self not from the ego this month, but learning how to do it from a place of just self-love, because you have it's like you have to balance the scales, right? You are the scales, you're Libra. So when people are projecting their expectations onto you, you almost find a way to not outsmart them, but kind of prove them wrong in a very diplomatic way. So if they've tried to put you down, in the past, you can kind of get them back without really putting them down or treating them the way that they treated you. It's hard to explain. I'm like the opposite. I'm Aries, right? So it's like, it's hard for me to articulate, but it's like, you know what I'm saying. It's like you balance the scales in your own way, right? So in the past, maybe you've had a lot of like issues with bullying or whatever. Your present/future, you have the Chariot card in reverse. So it is, again, talking about you not being unable to move forward, but it's really hard for you to move forward because you feel a little stagnant. Again, there is something that you're repressing that maybe you're not quite looking at straight away. The moon in reverse in your position here. Your environment is the Devil in reverse. So again, like some kind of limitation or restriction that you need to let go of, or some kind of tradition that you're breaking out of. So it's making you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to break some sort of tradition or break some sort of cycle. In your advice card, you have the 8 of Coins. So building towards your future, building towards something that's sustainable, where you can feel independent from these expectations of other people. The bottom of the deck, you have the 9 of Coins. So again, that self-sustainability is speaking about that here. But I do see your outcome card is the Strength in reverse. So I do see you kind of reverting back to the Sun in reverse. It's kind of the same vibe. Like it is going to be, growing pains is going to be a thing for all of us. And again, the eclipse just happened. So it's going to be about 6 months or 5 more months, I guess, not including this one. So 5 more months of this type of energy. So if you don't figure it out right away this month, it's fine. It's not expected. That's the thing. It's like other people are expecting you to do stuff at a certain timeline, but like fuck other people's expectations, right? Just do things at your own pace, the way that you need to. Okay? Learning things, understanding things, receiving messages from the universe the way that you need to. And other people might not always understand that, because your 3rd house is Sagittarius. So you understand things at a much higher perspective, in a much broader sense, like more big picture. And not a lot of people's minds are like that. And when Jupiter is in its home sign of Sagittarius, and that's the house of your mind, like your mind is going to expand exponentially at this point. And that's going to help you project who you truly are and what you're truly capable of into the world once the Sun and Venus hit Leo, because Mars is still there as well. So there is going to be a lot of energy that you're going to be exerting, a lot of influence that you're going to have, but it's almost as if the universe is testing you with like a round of haters. That's all I'm seeing. Yeah, it's just kind of like people are hating and you have to move beyond that. And it was like a lifelong lesson for you, because when we're children, it's harder to get past self-esteem issues, right? But now into adulthood, depending on when you're watching this, but now into adulthood, assuming you're an adult, you're understanding people and the way that people react to you on a higher perspective, or from a higher perspective. So you're not taking it as personally, but you are still using it to your advantage in a way of like, okay, well, like, if this is how you see me, this is how I'm going to prove you wrong. But you're going to do it in a way that's very elegant and like regal. So think of Leo season. It's like very royal, very regal, the way that they present themselves, the way that they handle their situations. Maybe not so much happening this month because it is in reverse for you, but you are on the path. It's kind of like coming for like full circle. You're understanding this part about yourself that much more. And I think that's the thing. You have to be the one to understand yourself first before you can project your personal image out into the world. So it's kind of like clearing out the gunk yourself first before showing other people. All right? Hopefully that made sense. I feel like I just rambled for like 10 minutes straight. I don't really know what I just said, but I'm out of breath. Okay, Libra. Keep doing you. Surround yourself with good people that can lift you up, and don't read the comments. All right. Have a wonderful August. I will see you in September. Bye.